What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper. And if that sounds like your kind of community, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, we are talking all about the December 2025 release from Layle by Mail. I've been using Layle by Mail products since about April, and I really love them. She makes some of the best stamps on the market. And if you're wanting to try stamping in your planners or in your notebooks, your Archer and Olive journals, I would definitely recommend Layle's shop. She does photo polymer stamps, which are a really nice made in the US quality stamp. And she does all kinds of items, both kind of decorative and listing related, but also calendaring, which lends itself well to planning, which is something that I do a lot. She also has a season pass, and this is something that I haven't really dived into on my channel, but she does a quarterly pass where it's a collection of items for the season in 3-month increments, right? Quarterly. And I have some of the elements from the winter season pass. So if you are someone that likes to do seasonal planning, or you do seasonal scrapbooking, memory keeping, card making, like we're expanding into paper play, then the season pass might be the way to go, because she does rub-on transfers, she does stickers, she does papers, die cuts, stamps, etc. So she does all the things. I have a few items here, and she also, for December, launched the About Last Month stamp set, which is something she comes out with every year. And what I'm very excited about, there's a month by month sticker book. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you the swatches of the December release. We'll talk about these items in the season pass, and then I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I think Layle by Mail watchers are used to. I'm going to actually do a 2026 planner setup with some of these items, and I'm going to be doing it in a Laurel Denise Scout planner. So no creative listing today. We're actually just setting up a planner, and my hope is to share with you in 2026 all the ways that you can use Layle by Mail products, not just in your creative listing, not just in your memory keeping or card making, but these can be used functionally in day-to-day planning if you want to. And so one of the ways that I'm going to share that now is, of course, doing a new planner setup, which the planner community knows is like a thing. It's a big thing getting ready for a new year, and Layle by Mail can certainly be a resource for you as you're getting your new planner set up. One thing I will say, these items were sent to me to review and to share with you how to use them. And if you do decide to pick them up, Joyful10 is my discount code for Layle by Mail. It's an affiliate discount code. I have an affiliate link. And so if you decide to shop with Layle by Mail, I hope you'll consider shopping with my affiliate link. Use that discount code Joyful10 to save 10% off of your purchase. And that allows me to continue putting out content. And of course, lets Layle know that I sent you, and so we can continue collaborating in the future. So thank you for using those codes and my affiliate link. Let's get into looking at the swatches before we do the setup. So the big thing for December for me was the About Last Month stamp set. So this is a set of 31 photo polymer stamps, and this is the 2026 version. I'm going to show it to you swatched out, but we have our months. We have 1 through 12 representing our 12 months of the year. We've got a 2026 stamp, 2027 stamp, and then we've got Loved This, Here's the Story, About Last Month, and Month in Review. We also have a really cute shape here, and I'm going to show you how that works if you're wanting a little bit of structure and formatting to stamps like this. The add-on to this guy is a separate purchase. You might be able to find these bundled together on the website, but if not, this is an add-on. It is sold separately, and this is the About Last Month add-on that has 13 through 31. So if you want to transform the numbers on this set from being monthly numbers to just numbers that are used for daily planning or journaling or just through the full month, you have 13 through 31 represented here. Then we have 2 additional years, 2028 and 2029, and then additional headers here, which we will make sense of when we see this guy swatched out. But we have This Made Me Smile documented, so this happened, less of this, what a day, more of this, and then a couple of icons, the star and the heart. So these can be used together. They can be used separately, but love that add-on. And then we also have out the window years. This I'm going to share with you within the context of the out the window collection. This is a continuation of a stamp set that has already come out, and it's just the same font type. So if you want to continue with that collection, but with newer and later years, you can do that. So let's take a look what these look like swatched out. And this is an Archer and Olive B5 notebook in the measured. This is the measured notebook, and I only put Layle by mail items in here. If you are starting to get into paper crafting and stamping and you're doing the season pass and you want to start a swatch book, I highly recommend the Archer and Olive ones. The paper quality is excellent, and I really like this one because it's a little bit thinner than a typical B5 Archer and Olive notebook. I love that it's very meta with the stationery theme on it, the ruler ticks, and if this is on the website, definitely I think it's worth picking up. I purchased another one in the Bring Back the Favorites. This is not a regular release item. This was in a sub box from Archer and Olive over a year ago, and then enough people wanted it back, so they brought it back in November of 2025. But it might still be available on the website, so check that out. And Joyful10 is my discount code for them. So here is my kind of setup for the Layle by mail stuff, and I did use tabs from Cocoa Daisy for my different sections. I need to create a few more down here, but let's go to calendaring, which is what this guy is. We're going to pause over here. This is the out the window set that I was referencing. You can see it has 2021 through 2024. The out the window years that released in December 2025 and this new release has 2025 through 2030. And so this is going to match the font here. So if you already have this guy and you're looking for additional years, grab this one. If you don't have this, it's okay. You don't need it. I mean, if you have other stamps, don't feel like you need to get this with this. You know, you can get this as a standalone. It's a nice sans serif clean font, and you can use it with other alphas. But if you wanted to do the whole kit and caboodle, you could see if the out the window collection is still available. One note I want to make about how I swatch stamps might be different than most people, but I actually keep the stamps on the acetate and I stamp the whole sheet and then I press it down. Because I do it that way, you're not going to get a perfect impression every time. So when you're looking at my swatches, keep in mind that, you know, if it's not fully, I probably didn't prime this stamp set very well. If you see some kind of gappage and stuff, that is more because of my swatching style. That is not a reflection of the quality of the stamps. Her stamps are the best, I'm telling you. So again, don't pay too much attention to my swatches so much as what they say, rather than like the type of impression they leave. So this was, I think, last month's release with all of the months, and this is going to correspond really well with the sticker book once we get to it. But these are the swatches for the December 2025 release. So we have the About Last Month over here. So you can see nice, clean block font. We have our 1 through 12, our 26, 27, our extra headers. And then here's this nice little block that we're going to see down here. So I stamped this guy down separately, and then I showed where you would put each item if you want to. So this perfectly fits the month. You've got plenty of room here for your number, your year, and then whatever headline you want to choose will fit perfectly in this section down here. So when you get this guy, you've got everything you need to create this. Then if you get the add-on, let's say you want to do daily memory keeping, daily journaling, daily planning, and you get the add-on, you could have this number here. Rather than it be associated with the month, you could have this be the 26th right here and do a 26th. And then you've got all these other little headers here that you can add down at the bottom. So here's your add-on, and then here is the out the window swatched out. So I'll just kind of show you that a little bit up close so you can see what that looks like. I'm not going to be playing with these stamps today just for the sake of time. I'm filming this before Christmas, and I need to get ready for my in-laws coming. So I want to make sure I share as much as I can so you guys can see what these look like. And we will do a planner setup without kind of getting into the inks. So I hope you are good with that. We are going to, let's jump over the sticker book because I want to show you this, this guy. So So like I said, the season pass is a quarterly bundle, and I believe you can subscribe to it, but all of these items are also available a la carte. So if there's something in the season pass set that you would like, but you don't want the whole set, you could purchase these individually. You can see the packaging here is a little bit different. So this is identifying this as a season pass. And this is for January, February, March. There are additional items in the season pass. I just picked out these three because I'm not quite into the die cuts and paper just yet. I haven't dived in there yet, but let me show you the stamp set that you would get in the season pass for winter. So January, February, March 2026. So here is the set. We've got 14 photopolymer stamps. We've got a January, a February, and a March with a definition. And then we've got just fun little headers and decorative items. So we've got snowflakes for winter, we've got hearts for February, and then March we're getting into spring with these little flowers. Nice little functional box there. And again, my stamping was terrible today because I'm in a bit of a rush, but here you can see what they look like. So for January, we have it phonetically, the cozy month of the year where the world takes a sparkling snowy break. February, a short but mighty month that throws in a bonus day to shake things up. And March, the month when we wait for spring to officially debut, but bundle up just in case. Love the currently stamp, highlight of the month, day to remember. Here's the story. This was amazing. A simply perfect day. Currently, details currently, this one moment, documented, capture snippets of life, highlights, and life. So these are just little words and phrases about capturing a moment. And then, of course, we have that functional box. Like I said, I did not stamp this out very well, but I'm crunched on time. So hopefully this gives you a little taste of the stamp set that's in the season pass. What stood out to me about this is that she's doing more stickers and the rub-on transfers. So let's take a look at this sticker pack. I'm a big fan. Actually, I don't need to take it out because we can see everything pretty clearly here. But I'm a big fan of word and phrase stickers. This month in December, I've been using them a lot for just adding some decorative elements to my pages. And yeah, I just think they're really fun. We've got a good mix of seasonal items. So, you know, for January, Pop Fizz Clink, that would be for January or New Year's. Hello 2026, goals, this equals awesome, first snow. So if you wanted to use these to label different things in a monthly layout, if you're using a planner, you could do that. We have February 14th, if you wanted to highlight that on a planner spread. I dabble both in the creative listing and creative journaling space and planning, and that's why I'm trying to make sure that I cover that these items are good for both. If you want to see more details about the season pass and how Layle arranged them, or how she created them, or why she created them, and how they all go together, definitely check out her YouTube channel. She does at least weekly listing videos, and of course she premieres and previews her own products as well. So you can see how she uses them in a more creative journaling outlet. So we've got Valentine's Day, Happy Love Day, then into March, Kiss Me, I'm Irish, My Story, True Story, Noteworthy. So lots of like memory keeping opportunities here. For the record, this moment, welcome spring. So lots of little paper, these are paper strips that are cut into rectangles. They're not kiss cut. So that is season pass. And then very excited about this. Rub-on transfers are one of my favorite decorative elements for thin paper planners and notebooks because they add zero bulk. They do not bleed or ghost like ink potentially does. And they don't add thickness like a paper sticker would. So I am going to pull these out because we have two sheets in here. Two 6x8 rub-on transfers. And oh, I'm so excited. So let me zoom in here. And these ones we might use today. I'm not sure. I might want to save them for one of my thinner notebooks. But we have the first set is definitely January, then February, and then March. And we've got just different icons. And cute little illustrations for each season. So these are all colorful. And then, love these, we've got black rub-on transfers. So lots of different phrases here, some decorative elements with the hearts, spring, hello winter, this moment right here, this story, this life, documented happy little moments, hints of spring, open your heart, simple pleasures. Love all of this so much. I kind of want to save these for more memory keeping, but I don't know. We might dabble in these today. But again, this is part of this season pass. So if you are interested in the winter season pass, this is just a sample of the items in it. But if you don't want the full collection, you can buy these rub-on transfers separate. You can buy the stickers separate, the stamps separate, and the Joyful 10 discount code will work on all of these items. So there is a little taste of the season pass. Now what we're going to do is take a look at the sticker book. Now, if you've been with Layle by Mail for a hot minute, longer than April, like me, you would know whether or not she's done sticker books before. But because I've only been around since April, I don't know. I don't know if she's done more sticker books, but this is a cute little sticker book. And you guys know I'm addicted to alpha stickers, alpha stamps, alpha rub-on transfers, and like dating, calendaring, numbers, stickers, stickers, stamps, rub-ons, etc. So this to me is incredibly satisfying because it is month by month sticker book. This is going to be a very awesome wink and a nod to the stamp collection that she released last month. Let's see if I can find them. So if you are slowly collecting your stamps for the month, and you want to have the option of doing stickers some month, maybe it depends on the paper type you're using, this is definitely similar. There's some different stamps and different stickers. Obviously, we've got some full-on like dating stickers, but if you like the aesthetic of the stamps and you want more stickering options, then these are like perfect combo together. So let's take a look at this 5x7 sheet, 965 stickers. They are all paper stickers. So we've got different headers here for the month of January. And then these guys, you're going to have, I think you're going to have 2 versions of this for every month, but these dates are cut. Each individual number is cut. So you can use this on a daily or a weekly if you want to, or you can actually lay these down to create a monthly overview if you wanted to. You could actually put all of them down in one go to have your kind of month at a glance and just arrange them based on if you're a Monday start or a Sunday start kind of person, because these are all individually cut. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different monthly headers for each month, plus some additional deco. Here we've got like a top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course our individual square cut stickers for calendaring. Here is February, March, a little bit different for March. So probably because March seems super long, but I guess it's still just 31 days. But here we've got, and you could mix and match, right? Like if you would prefer to use March's numbers when you're doing February setup, totally cool. So I would look at those as being just collectively available over the course of the year. So we've got a different, so I wonder if she's given us at least 12 then. Hold on, let's do count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, you've got plenty. You've got over a year's worth of dating. So this is really nice if you're a planner that reuses old planners, or you purchase an expired planner from 2025 and you're bringing it into 2026. Or if you're using an undated planner and you need to get it all set up, this has everything you need to date an undated planner or to redate an expired planner. So here is January, February, March, and you're going to get the same assortment of stickers. They're just going to be arranged a little differently on the page based on the sizing of things. Here is April, but it looks like in every case you're having at least one set of top 5. May, June, and you're getting an icon for each month as well. July, August, September, October, November, and December. So you get 1 sheet per month. This is one of those items, sorry, that you're going to have to maybe leave the sticker on it. That is closing the book. I took the whole thing off, so now it's kind of sticky. I'll have to use some like undo or something to remove it. But look how you can see everything on the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 of the kind of blackout style. I guess that would 9. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you could do so much. You have plenty to redate or date an undated planner. And this kind of compact size is really nice. So it'll easily fit in my planner tote. So what we're going to do now is a little bit different than a typical like Layle by Mail creative listing video. We're actually going to set up a planner. Now, I showed this in a video recently. This is the Laurel Denise Scout planner in the small size, the small Scout. And I rearranged this to be a monthly planner. And so I've got a bunch of headers and quarterly planning things that I would like to update. And I haven't done extensive stamping in a Laurel Denise planner before. And so I don't know how well it's going to take to stamping. And in a case like that, I could do some testing on a back page, or I can break out my Layle by Mail sticker book and kind of play here. And then maybe if I want to add some stamping element, maybe I'll dive into the season pass. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I actually want to set this thing up, is I have these quarterly pages here, and they're undated because this was an extension pack to just kind of add to your planner wherever you want. So it's Q1, and then we have month. So it's totally open. So what I'm going to do is actually use these stickers to set up my monthly quarter tracking. And I think I want to, what I could do, because these are paper, is I could like highlight with a color if I wanted to add a colorful element, or I could leave it pretty simple in black and white. Let's keep this pretty simple. And I think this is Layle's handwriting, and I think her handwriting is lovely. Do we go here? Do we add a strip of like washi tape to add a little bit of color? The other thing we could do, oh boy, what if we went to our season pass and what if we used like one of like these strips maybe to add a little bit of color? Dare we? If you're new to rub-on transfers, this would certainly give you a little bit of a demo of how to use them. So let's go ahead and do that, keeping in mind that I've got a ways to go with setting this up. I think what I'll do is, so sometimes I'll cut through the transfer, and I think I am going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut this whole thing. You could cut between the acetate and the paper underneath, but I'm just going to do it this way. I'm just going to cut out the pieces that I want. And I really want this scalloped piece. So we'll do that. And then I might want, maybe we'll just go like that, keep it really simple. Or I could do, no, let's keep it really simple. So the way that you use rub-on transfers is Basically, it's like a simple way to say it. It's like paint, dry paint, or I don't know what the material is, but it is on the piece of acetate. The backing here, this like parchment paper backing, is to prevent this part from sticking where you don't want it to stick. So you remove this and you take this guy and you stick it where you want it to go. And I'm gonna have to lean over a little bit. I'm gonna make sure that I'm pretty even here. I'm gonna run this right along this page. And I'm going to take the popsicle stick, could probably use a bone too, but you are rubbing the top of the acetate and it is pushing that paint or whatever it is. You're transferring it from the acetate to the paper. That's why they call it a rub-on transfer. So we're gonna lay that down. And you can do like a little bit of lifting to see if you missed it, but the color changes as it lifts off of the acetate to the paper. You can tell it's less bright because it's, you know, it's moving off of it. So pretty easy to tell, but then you can slowly lift it up. And it is virtually undetectable right there. Zero bulk. This is why I highly recommend rub-on transfers on like Tomoe River paper, any kind of like low like 70 GSM and small and thinner, because you can do that decorative stuff. And now I'm kind of thinking I might like the typewriter font. Kind of like the typewriter font. So we're going to do the typewriter font. Centered or left justified? I think I want to go. I don't want that to hang down quite as much. I could do the big letters and do them like that way. Let's do that just to kind of change up the look. But then we'll have that open space there. I think we got to do, I think I'm going to stick with these ones. Do we have a version of, yeah, we've got this with everything. So I'm going to do, but I don't want it to look like it's trying to match the scallops. So we'll just go like that. So January, and then February. And I'm going to do this for every page. I don't know if I need to do this. I don't know if I need to do every quarterly view on camera because there's something else I want to do with you guys. So I have January, February, March, then I'll have April, May, June, and maybe I update because each page is a standalone. I could use like the spring season pass for this one. I think it would be nice since I don't know how much space I'm going to need on here. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need a ton, but we could add, since this is the, I could add some seasonal deco here. I think I want to add a couple more things. So I'm going to add he's pretty cute. I'm going to add the chipmunk on the sleigh. I'm only going to do quarter one on this front page, and then we do need to do some pages in the back. So let's just do this, get this kind of cutesy wootsy, And again, I'm just kind of separating that out, figuring out where I want it. Don't press it down until you know where you want it, because it will stick. These layer, I haven't tried Layles before, but the Cocoa Daisy ones layer beautifully. So I'm pretty sure, knowing how good Layle is, that this is going to be the type of transfer that you can layer. You can Layle. I'm going to trim off a little bit of that excess so that I can get it closer to the spine. I'm going to add this right here, and then rub. And it will layer right on top of that teal scallop just fine. I think this is going to look super cute. So I will leave the Laurel Denise video linked in the description box, because I go through basically building this planner the way that I would want it, turning it from a weekly planner to a monthly planner. Oop. And I go through what each of these pages are going to be used for. Now, I kind of lifted that up, so we'll see if little dude got a little wonky. Good enough. He's so cute. So this is basically the year at a glance, and I think I'm going to do some goal setting stuff for each month. So that's how I'm planning on using this. And then this is all dot grid, so I've got some room to play. So I have plenty of room here to get a little bit more decorative, and I'm kind of tempted to, I want to do the conversation hearts. My creative planning game has changed so much from when I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago. And it's been such a fun experience. And I've met so many more people branching out and trying new things, and it's been awesome. I know some of you found me because of Layle, and I love that. So we're going to take these conversation hearts, lay those down, rub these guys down. So now I'm using, something that was probably designed for scrapbookers and card makers and creative list makers, memory keepers with the season pass. I'm using it as a planner person. And I love that. I love cross-pollination, like using our supplies in multiple contexts. So if I can be your planner girl with Layle by Mail, I got you. All right. Love it. And it's like zero bulk. You can't even feel it. You don't want to pick it off either, so you got to be careful, but lots of flexibility there. So then March, what do we want to do for March? I'm going to go ahead and separate February and March just so I can see them a little bit more clearly. I purchased a stapler, a stapleless stapler, which I actually have right here. My hope had been that because you want to keep the backing on the rub-on transfer, I had hoped that this would be a way to get these to stay together, and it doesn't work that way. So you might want to keep a little stapler handy and just staple these together just to make sure that they don't separate. I'm just going to carefully set these aside. And now we need to figure out what do we want over here? I could put the sun and put happy little moments below it. I think that could look cute. I think the sun could be a very nice fit. So I'm going to cut out the sun. And then once we're done with March, we're going to jump over the rest of these quarterlies. I will do that in my own time, maybe in a separate video. And we'll jump to the back because there's some other pages I want to set up. So let's go with the sun next. Use tweezers just to keep your fingers out of the way. I have sausage fingers, so I have to like really make sure that we're not touching anything. And I'm going to put the sun right here. Hold it down with one finger and scrape with the other. And if you see that any of the color still hasn't transferred, you can always lay it back down. You know, don't fully lift up, just lift it slowly. And then if you see a spot that needs more love, go over it again. All right, I think we're good. And now we're going to add happy little moments. If I can get it separated. There we go. Careful. And this one, I think I want to be a little bit overlapping with the sun right there. Scrape it down. If you are a season pass holder for Layle by Mail, I'd love to know what projects you use the pass for. What do you use the elements for? Do you use them for planning, or is it mostly like creative journaling and memory keeping and stuff? So we're good on this for now. So this is basically what I'm going to do for all of the quarters to get this set up. Keep it real simple. I'm not going to overly structure these quarterly pages because I don't know how I'm going to want to use them over the course of the year. This is a new idea for me with this planner. So I don't want to add too much structure to it in case I don't, in case I want to pivot into the next quarter. But the thought is quarterly memory keeping. So, or not memory keeping, quarterly goal setting. So quarterly goal setting, I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to use all of the same, I think I'm going to use all the same, the typewriter fonts. Although, because when we turn the page, it's a whole new spread, I could switch to a different header from here if I want to. If you have the stamps already, you could certainly stamp headers on quarterly planning pages. I'm just using the sticker book today because of time and not knowing how Layle's paper, not Layle, Laurel Denise's paper will do. So this is the Scout. This is the layout where you can see the monthly up at the top. And down here, there used to be weekly pages, but I took the weekly pages out and inserted just a columns page so that really I have a monthly planner. I've got some tracking and stuff down here and note-taking space, and then we go into the next month. And I removed all of the excess weeks because I don't need them and because I want this to function more as a notebook. So as we get to the back, I added a bunch of checklist pages and notes pages with the idea being that this planner was going to be, or the back of the planner was going to be for my content creation. That is tracking every piece of content that I make and the different steps that I need to take to get through that piece of content. This is where I thought it would be nice to use the larger stickers. So every month is going to have its own sheet, and this is where I'm going to track content. I thought about potentially tracking income on these pages as well, but I can't remember if I have enough. So if I did January content, January income, so I'd need 12 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, I don't have enough. So we're going to use these pages just for tracking my content. So let me show you what I was thinking. We'll make one mock-up, and I kind of love the idea of these big ones. I just like the pop that they add. And as far as line items go, because we are going to lose some lines here, that means for this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Highly unlikely I am filming 27 videos in the month of January, or I have 27 videos going live in January. So I'm going to go ahead and allow this to take up some space down here. I also think it would be fun to add some decorative elements. So what I'm going to do to get this area set up, I'm going to drop January right here, and then we're going to go back to the season pass rub-on transfers. I don't want to overly decorate these pages in the back. They need to be functional. So let me grab this guy, but we do have some fun elements here. So what I want to do is, and I've got a little bit of room to breathe with deco because I know I'm not going to go all the way across. So to set up my content planning pages, and actually these are these the removable ones? No, these are the ones that were already in here. So I'm going to write down all of the things that I need to do to create content. And then this will act as a bit of a checklist for me. So what I'll do is write down what the video is, what the content is, and then I will check off as I go where I'm at in processing. My plan for 2026 for YouTube is to basically film as much as I can in batches, because I've really struggled with balance in my life over the course of this year and having time with my family and keeping a clean house and like meal prepping, like cooking dinners. We ordered food too much. Uber Eats was on speed dial. So I really want to be better about time blocking and doing all of my filming one day, doing all of my descriptions and thumbnails on one day, that kind of stuff, which means one piece of content could be done over multiple days. And this is how I'm going to track where each piece is at. So the first thing I know that I'm going to do is I'm going to film. So film. And then I rarely, if ever, edit. The only times I will edit a video is if something happens, like I have to stop recording because someone's interrupting me or because my phone turns off or something. So I am going to add a line item for edit in case I need to. So film, edit. I always need to take pictures for the thumbnail or for Instagram. So film, edit, pictures. Then I need to make a thumbnail with said pictures. So thumbnail. I need to upload to YouTube. I need to do the description box. So description. Then what else do I do? I know I need to schedule. Description, schedule. Description, schedule. Post. So when it goes live. So I'm going to do live. And then advertise for it on Insta. So those are the different steps. If I need to add another one, I will. But I've got a little bit of room here. So this is where we're going to add some decorative elements. And this is kind of sweet because I think what I can do is, I don't know if I've tried putting rub-on transfers over. Actually, you don't need to. What am I thinking? Rub-on transfers should not need lines removed underneath. They should be opaque enough to cover up lines. So I think that since we've kind of killed off the section up here, it's okay if this little cozy teddy bear gets cut off. So what I'm going to do is I want the snowflake and the bear. So we'll go back to the season pass transfers. Be very careful picking everything up. I'm going to separate the bear from the snowflake. And we're going to drop him down. Use the tweezers. Tweezers are our friends. I want his hat to be right in the corner. Right there. Throw him down. And you can see that the paint or transfer is opaque enough to kind of forgive the line underneath. You can barely see it. It is there, but it's super faint. So you don't have to use correction tape to remove lines, which is different than if you're using a transparent sticker. Let's lift him up slowly, looking for any spots. Oh, looks pretty good to me. So he's right on the edge there, but perfect fit. And then definitely want to add the snowflake. And I could just sacrifice the whole. I think for this January, I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to need. And then over the course of the month, if I discover I need something else, I'll just figure out a way to make it work. The other thing I could do is just cut the snowflake and put like the other half somewhere else. Now let's put the whole snowflake down. Pretty confident about my categories. I used to do this for years. Well, and I've been doing it in my notebook as well. My monthly planner notebook hybrid, the Erin Condren one. I'll create a sort of grid like this. So it's nice that this is pre-printed. So we're going to add this guy. I hope this is encouraging you to break out your creative play things from Layle by Mail and have fun in your planners as well. Okay, so we've got that set up, and why not grab kind of tempted to add these guys. Yes, you're going to end up with shards of transfers if you do it like this. But again, you got to be careful, keep things on. It's probably better to to cut the transfer off and leave the paper whole underneath it. But I just feel like I'm more likely to touch the transfer where I don't want it to be touched. I just find it easier to keep everything separate. All right, so let's add this snowflake guy. Right here, looks good to me. Press it down and rub. So with this particular planner, which I just set up, I'm going to use this side by side with the original planner I had identified for work, which is the Erin Condren monthly. I plan on using both of them in the month of January and kind of seeing how they work for me. I think they're going to be just different. They're going to feel different. I'm not sure there's going to be one that's better than the other, but we're going to find out. So this one, I actually do want part of it. And I probably lost that second part, but that's okay. Add this guy. Right. along the line. Press. Get it all down. I'm very excited to see what Layle comes out with in 2026. I might have a little clue as an affiliate, and I will be having product to share. And one of the things, I mean, I'm excited for all the things that she will have, not knowing them all, but I am aware of one thing in particular that I've been dying for from her, and it's coming. I can't say any more than that. I don't want to make her mad. But very exciting things from Layle by Mail in 2026. So make sure you're following me for product reveals and play with me's in my art journal of notebooks and in my planners. I'm just going to pull off that extra bit. The other thing I really like about the rub-on transfers is they're matte. They don't add shine to the page, which I appreciate from a daily planning perspective. Like, I don't need a lot of shine on there. So this is all set. Now, I lost 5, but I still think that's fine. So what I'm going to do preemptively, because I do like to see visually how much content I've created for the month, I'm going to add numbers here, really small. And I'm not going to do this for all 12 months for you guys, but here you're getting a little taste of what I plan to do for all of the other months. And if I like how this works out, then maybe for February, I will do a setup with me video. And these don't correspond with the days of the month. This is just number of videos filmed in January. Holy moly, we've got room for 26 videos. Not gonna happen, wouldn't be prudent, but I now have that space. So what I'm gonna do with this planner, just to finish the kind of planner setup overview here, is I will use the Layle by Mail stickers. Actually, that we can do. Let's just go ahead and add all of our months, and then I'll call it good. Since I'm sitting here anyways, and I know I do want a cohesive look across these pages, I'm going to add all of these guys. So in one sticker book, you could date and set up a whole planner in one shot with her book. So 10 out of 10 if you're looking for a fun kind of mimicking the stamps look from last month's release, then this is going to be a really fun sticker book. And I think it was under $10. So hopefully that is within your budget. Oops. And remember, you can always use the Joyful 10 discount code. Will help. But I love this. This is one of my favorite like stamp collections she's ever done for months. It's just so fun and whimsical. And so I love that she's done this with stickers. I almost need I need another sticker book from her. I wonder if she would ever design a sticker book with me. Can you guys imagine how rad that would be? The other cool thing about these ones being on paper is notice that there's always at least one letter that is lined. So if you wanted to color it in with some pens that match your deco for the month, you could do that. You could color them in. These are great. They're a little bit thicker of a sticker, so they feel more like premium, But that is why I would use them in a planner like this. I wouldn't use them in a Tomoe River paper planner. Ooh, if she did rub-on transfers in these sheets of these as rub-on transfers, girl, I would be throwing them down in that Just Scribbles planner like nobody's business. In fact, I might message her when I get off this video and be like, you've done these in stamps. You've done these as a sticker book. Can you do these as rub-on transfers? Can you imagine? Maybe she already has it in the books. I don't know. But I'm going to message her because I would love these as transfers. That would be amazing. Yes, please. Last one here is December. So I will, in my own time, decorate the tops of these. But look how cohesive that is for all of my content. And then I'll add, yeah, decorative elements, and I'll add my headers as well. And then the rest of this, I think, is just notes, so we don't need to do anything with those. Let me go back to the front and, oh my gosh, now I'm like super anxious to message her ASAP. I do have this guy up at the front. Is there a small header? I mean, there's these ones if I want to switch over to a typewriter font, but I don't think, yeah, it's going to be a little bit too wide on that one. I could trim it down. And then let's just see. Could do this. Just to kind of add a little pizzazz. I'm going to wait. I don't want to overdo it. But then, actually, I'm just curious. Just curious. Whoop. That could be really sexy right there. Like if I colored this in and then put it over month and year. I'm just playing at this point. Let me just see. I want to see what stickers are going to fit. I mean, that's kind of fun. It's going to be a little bit too tall. But you could do all kinds of fun things with these. All right, I'm going to call it a video because I need to go ask Layle if she can do these as rub-on transfers. Can you imagine this as a rub-on transfers book? Say no more. That would be so cool. All right, friends. So what did we do today? We talked about I know we didn't do stamps today. I'm sorry, but I did swatch these so you could see them. I'm just short on time, but we talked about the 2026 About Last Month. Oh, I do want to make sure that you know how the 2026 About Last Month compares to I have 2023 and 2025 so that you can see if you're collecting the About Last Month stamp sets, you can see the difference. So let's do that and then we will call it a video. So this is About Last Month 2023. Totally different vibes. This is About Last Month 2025. Totally different vibes. I don't have 2024. But you can see she always gives us a month in review stamp and About Last Month stamp. About Last Month over here and month in review here. Very different and unique from, just to remind you. Ready? Get a good shot. About Last Month for 2026. So definitely larger. We've got underlined. This is more kind of fancy. And then sans serif, clean, blocky, and then your outlined numbers. And actually, we didn't even get numbers in the 2023 version. Maybe it was a supplement. Let's see. Is there an About Last Month? I didn't label these ones. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did. Oh, but I didn't label these ones. I'll have to go back and fact check. But so really cool that the ones for 2026 come with numbers. And then, of course, you can do the supplement if you want to transition your numbers from monthly numbers to full month numbers. You can get the add-on. All right, friends, so we did that. Oh, we talked about the season pass. Again, multiple items in the season pass. You can sign up for the season pass. You can also purchase items a la carte. And of course, the sticker book, this guy, I want to say it was $8.99. This one is a standalone a la carte on the website as well. Joyful 10 will save you 10% off of your purchase if you want to buy anything from Layle by Mail. And we set up some introductory pages in my Laurel Denise Small Scout Planner so you guys can get a little taste of where I'm going with this. So I've got my quarterly pages. I'm going to use the Layle by Mail stamps and rub-on transfers just to set up all of my like headers. And then I'm going to use the checklist pages at the back. That includes some additional inserts. I bought checklist inserts to add to this. And I'm going to have one per month that's going to have where I track my content. And I can use the Layle by Mail monthly stickers in here. Really great alternative if you liked the stamp sets for each month, but you want a sticker version that you can just take on the go. This is fabulous. And I'm going to, of course, just add additional little decorative pieces of flair throughout here, but I love how cohesive this looks with those monthly headers. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you pick anything up, my affiliate link is in the description box. Come hang out with me on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to hang out with me again, I sure hope that you do. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.